Welcome to Wisdom Unveiled.
Today, we're diving into the really profound ideas of Attar Nishapur, the 12th century Persian poet and mystic.
And this is episode 38 in our ongoing exploration of his work, getting deep into his philosophical legacy.
Yeah, and our aim, as always, is to wrestle with these rich ideas, pull out the key stuff, and sort of give you a path to understanding some really deep material.
Hopefully uncovering some surprises, maybe a few aha moments for you along the way.
Definitely.
Now, our sources for today's discussion are some fascinating conversations from the Marifat recordings, featuring Iranian philosophers Dr. Ibrahim Dinani and Dr. Esmail Manzouri Larijani.
And we should mention just up front, this is a translation and adaptation of those original conversations.
Right.
So, we've done our best, but some nuances, some details might not translate perfectly.
We apologize if there are any small discrepancies.
But we really think the core of Attar's wisdom definitely comes through.
So today's mission, we're really digging into Attar's parables, these incredible stories he uses, looking at his insights on inner truth, self-knowledge, attachment, that's a big one, and, well, what it really means to live a meaningful life.
And Attar's method is key here, isn't it? He doesn't do dry lectures.
No, not at all. He's known as a master of Hiqat.
Right, that indirect speech, using stories, poetry. Why did he favor that approach?
Well, his thinking, it seems, was that suggesting truth, implying it through a story, is often more powerful, more eloquent even.
Than just stating it outright.
Exactly. It forces your mind, the listener's mind, to work a bit, to unpack the meaning.
So you're not just passively receiving it, you become a kind of partner in the discovery.
Yeah, partner in discovery. I like that. You piece it together yourself and it sticks more.
It does. And it really reminds you of the Quran's use of Ahsan al-Qasas, the best of stories, which are said to be, especially for those with dard, that inner vision, that sort of spiritual ache or longing.
You need that receptivity, that inner sight to really get the embedded meaning.
Precisely. Which brings us to that idea of inner sight and attachment, and that great story of the king and the wise man.
Oh, classic Attar. A powerful king asks a wise man for advice on how to live. What's the core takeaway there?
Well, the advice is surprisingly rational, almost calculated. The wise man tells the king, essentially, figure out what really serves you, not just now, but in the next life too. And seek only what's truly necessary.
And then comes that line, just hits you. You are a slave to what you are attached to.
How?
Whether it's a hair or a mountain, the weariness corresponds. It's direct.
It's a stark equation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any attachment brings a burden, blocks your path.
Even small things, you mean? Like getting annoyed if your wifey drops.
Exactly. Those little modern anxieties are echoes of it. We tie our peace to external stuff. And Attar distinguishes crucially between real needs, air, food, shelter.
The survival basic.
Right. And then these false needs.
And those are the traps.
Absolutely. The false needs go beyond necessity. They become this uncontrollable desire, a bottomless pit.
Leading to more and more weariness.
You got it. Like needing a fancy car versus needing water. One is essential, the other a craving.
But it's important you note it. This isn't him saying abandon the world. He's not telling the king to become a hermit.
Not at all. That's key. Attar's stance is philosophical, rational. He actually saw complete withdrawal as, well, insane, not the human path.
So it's about finding a balance within the world.
Exactly. A measured, calculated engagement. Which leads right into his idea of balancing our two core dependencies.
Nature and truth. Haqiqat.
Yes. We depend on nature for our physical needs, our daily lives.
Right. The world around us.
But we also depend on Haqiqat, ultimate reality or truth. And crucially, Attar says, a door to that truth is always open within us.
Always open. Inside, that's powerful.
It is. So the wise man's advice, Attar's teaching, it's about finding
equilibrium, balance, moderation.
Right. Between these two, know what you need from nature, but don't let that attachment block the inner door.
Because if that door closes...
You get submerged in the world, chasing things, struggling, never really free, trying to fill that inner void with outer stuff, which Attar implies just doesn't work.
This inner sight, then, is fundamental. And that parable of the man, the guest, and the dog illustrates it so vividly.
Oh, it's a brilliant one. A seeker prays for a guest. God says, okay, tomorrow.
And the man prepares, expecting maybe some holy person.
Right. He's got this whole mental image, but who shows up? A dog.
Just a dog. So he chases it away, disgusted, still waiting for the real guest.
And then the twist. In a dream, God tells him, that dog, that was the guest I sent.
Oof. Because his expectations blinded him.
Exactly. Attar's pushing us from Zahiri, the superficial glance,
To Bettini, deep internal seeing.
cultivating Haqiqat bin, a truth-seeing eye. The man's problem wasn't the dog. It was his own rigid mental box. His ego.
Attar calls that distancing yourself from yourself.
Yeah.
Shedding the ego's demands, the illusions.
Getting rid of that inner clutter. And when you do that, when you have that clarity,
Then everything, potentially, can be seen as a manifestation of the divine. You become the host of the entire world.
beautifully put, a human is an eye, their mass is skin, the eye is what sees the friend. It's all about that inner shift in perception.
And this clarity, this inner work, it connects directly to justice, too, doesn't it? In the story of Shibli and Empty Walnut.
Yes, from the Mysticism.
Yeah.
Shibli, the mystic, sees kids fighting over a walnut.
He tries to be fair, divides it, but it's empty inside.
Right, and he sighs, realizing he's not a true Qasim, a real distributor of justice.
So what's Attar saying there?
His interpretation is profound. The kids are Alidanya, people of the world, fighting over empty, trivial things.
Like so many conflicts. Fights over empty walnuts.
Exactly. Disputes with no real substance, no spiritual core. It makes you think about our own arguments, doesn't it? How many are about empty shells?
So if even Shibli isn't the true Qasim, who or what is?
Well, ultimately, the true Qasim is God. Perfect justice. On the human level, it's the insane Camille, the perfect human, like Imam Ali, called the divider of heaven and hell. His very being embodies justice.
Wow.
But for us, Attar brings it back inside. Justice, adl, is linked to moderation, itedal, and fundamentally, it's taqwa.
That inner piety, that God consciousness.
Yes, real justice starts within you, balancing your own desires first. Without that inner balance, any attempt at outer justice gets distorted.
This internal focus keeps coming back, like digging that inner well, the camel and the house cleaner story.
Right, another one from Muzi Batname. The spiritually aware camel sees someone obsessively cleaning their physical house.
A metaphor for just focusing on the body, the external.
Exactly. And the camel asks, essentially, why not dig a well, in your heart instead?
And at the bottom of that well,
Is marifat, gnosis, that deep experiential knowing, not just head knowledge.
the water of life, Abihayat, it revitalizes the soul.
It does, and Attar hits us with, you're bigging on a treasure.
Meaning we have this immense inner wealth, but we're focused on external scraps.
Yeah. It's a lament, really. He says people know the price of everything, cars, clothes, but not the value of their own soul, their John.
We gamble the eternal for the temporary. A terrible bargain, he calls it.
Like trading a diamond for sand, it's madness when you think about it.
So how do we avoid that? How do we value the soul properly?
Humility, real humility. Attar says, he who is not humble in his own eyes, God has no business with him.
It connects back to Tibir, accurate self-perception.
Exactly. You can't value your soul if you're puffed up with a false image of yourself, ignoring the inner reality.
And that inflated ego, that distorted self-perception, that's dangerous territory. Which brings us to Pharaoh and Satan. That's a chilling one.
It really is. Attar paints Pharaoh at his peak arrogance, declaring, I am your Lord, the Most High. And Satan shows up, performs a miracle, turns sand to pearls and back, something Pharaoh can't possibly do.
Then challenges Pharaoh to match it, which he obviously can't.
Right. But the real zinger is Satan then rejecting Pharaoh, saying he wouldn't even take him as a slave. He's so disgusted by this empty, baseless pride.
Even Satan is repulsed.
Now, it shows Pharaoh's huge ego wasn't strength, it was profound weakness. The lowest state of the nafs, the ego, or lower self.
And this links Tabir, self-perception, with Tagayur, transformation.
Crucially, Pharaoh couldn't change Tagayur because his self-perception, Tabir, was totally false. Delusional.
So you can't grow if your starting point, your self-understanding is wrong. The wise is he who knows his worth. It starts with honesty.
Precisely. And then Attar makes it personal. He says, Pharaoh is your nafs.
Ouch. That arrogant pretender is inside us.
Yes. The nafs alamara, the part urging negativity, like Rumi's hungry dragon, always wanting more.
So it's a choice. Mastery or slavery. Either use your higher faculties, reason, intellect, guidance.
Or be ruled by hawa, whims, passions, driven by that inner Pharaoh.
Which brings us to Dard. That sweet pain or yearning, that's how you access the inner well.
Yes. It's not physical digging. It's that deep sigh that, born from Dard.
Spiritual ache. Like homesickness for our divine origin.
Beautifully put.
Yeah.
A longing for something more. And it's sweet because the longing itself shows the connection is still there.
And that feeling fuels the journey.
It fuels everything. It transforms Marifat knowledge into Eshk, pure divine love.
Leading to that state he calls Nuri May light wine.
Right, not literal wine, but that purified spiritual joy and clarity. Ecstasy, really, born from that deep love and knowing.
And all this inner work, fueled by Dard, leads to understanding the heart as God's throne, where Marifat lives.
Exactly. The divine finds a home within us. Which, interestingly, brings us to how Attar saw philosophy and Gnosticism are fun.
Not as supposed, right?
Yeah, more like two sides of one coin. Two facets of the same truth.
His definitions are so clear. Philosophy is Eshkibanistan.
Love of knowing. A true philosopher loves to understand it's not about titles.
And Gnosticism, Irfan, is Danistan Haman Eshkast.
Knowing that love. The Gnostic doesn't just know about it, they live it, experience it.
It's a beautiful synthesis, really.
It is. It shows the depth of his own thought philosophical insight within a mystical framework.
So, wrapping this up, we've journeyed through Attar's parables, seeing how he reveals these deep truths about who we are, what traps us, what real justice looks like, and the incredible value inside us.
Yeah, it's really a path from the outside in, from appearances to reality, from being enslaved by attachments to finding self-mastery.
It really calls on us to look deeper, question our assumptions, recognize that inner wealth. It feels incredibly relevant even centuries later.
Absolutely timeless wisdom.
So as you, our listener, reflect on this, maybe ask yourself, what subtle, perhaps unconscious, Pharaoh-like delusions might be playing out in your life, holding you back?
Good question. And maybe consider how truly grasping your inherent worth, your soul's value, your Jan, beyond just worldly stuff, how could that be a first step towards real freedom, towards deeper connection?
And finally, if you sometimes feel that subtle ache, that sweet pain that Attar talks about, that longing for something more, what might that feeling really be telling you?
Could it be that invitation to look inward, to start digging that well, begin your own journey of discovery?
Powerful thoughts to sit with, definitely food for reflection.
For sure.
Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into Attar Nishapur on Wisdom Unveiled.
We hope you continue exploring these amazing, timeless ideas.
Until next time, keep seeking, keep asking those deep questions, and keep growing.